Good evening, cherished viewers. This is Edutalk Show on Cratchit TV. I am Answer Palmer Bismarck, and I am your host. So this program is proudly sponsored by Essence Perfume and Cratchit Lodge Hotel. And so in recent times, we have a hit of this pandemic disease in our country, that is the coronavirus, which is also known as the COVID-19. Now we are going to look at it in the education sector as to how good it has done or how bad it has gone. And I have in the studio some professionals or students in various colleges of education. But before we go to them to take their take on this issue, we'll take a commercial break. Stay tuned.
Excuse me, pretty. Where are you going in this scorching sun?
I'm going to town.
Get in, let me drop you off.
Oh, really? Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hello, excuse me. What perfume do you use? It smells so good.
I use Essence perfume.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I also use the same thing here. Essence perfume.
Oh, good.
Okay, so tell me, where are you going?
I'm just heading to the lodge.
Can I join you?
Yeah, you can. Hey, what's going on here?
Sorry, you don't smell good. Go and look for Essence perfume.
Seriously? Essence Mama Shrima Pabi. Wow, Essence. I now smell good.
And so we welcome our cherished viewers once again back from the commercial break. I have in the studio Honorable Obin Roxon from Wesley College of Education, holding the portfolio of the Financial Secretary. And on my right is Honorable Edujemfi Sandra, the Public Relations Manager of San Louis College of Education. Like I mentioned earlier, this is Edutalk Show, and basically we talk about issues pertaining to education in our country. In recent times, we have this pandemic disease hitting our doors in Ghana, that is the COVID-19 which is also known as the coronavirus. Honorable Edujemfi Sandra, what do you have to say about this disease?
All right, thank you, Captain Palmer. And I want to thank my cherished viewers, and I want to greet all students from St. Louis College of Education. Thank you once again. This COVID-19 disease is a disease existing for a long time. From 2003, we heard that China had the disease, but unfortunately it vanished. They didn't know where it went to. And last year, December 31st, we have the information that the disease is back in China, especially in the town of Wuhan. And in fact, it is spreading out through the whole world. Now, we have recorded many countries having it. Ghana, we thought this disease wouldn't come here, but lo and behold, it is here. We have recorded 6 cases now. Due to that, the government has intervened, therefore closing all public gatherings. So now there is no school. I'm in the house enjoying, and this is the cause of the COVID-19. Thank you very much. Of course,
and that has led to an effect, positively and then negative. But before we go or move on to that, Honorable Obin Roxon, what do you also have to say, or what's your take on this COVID-19 disease?
Right, thank you very much, Captain Palmer. Special thanks to our cherished viewers, and greetings to Wesley College of Education student populace. This coronavirus, or COVID-19, has been in the system for so many years. Now, it was first identified in 1960, and it spread through the normal touching, then sneezing from an infected person, and it affects the upper parts of your respiratory organs, that is your trachea, your throat, then your nose. And this virus can be protected by proper washing of the hands, using hand sanitizers, then avoiding getting into contact with people that are infected with this COVID-19. And like you mentioned earlier, one of the effects of this COVID-19 in Ghana is that it has led to the closing of all public gatherings, which school is included. And now, as I'm talking, I'm about to pack my belongings and move to my hometown. So in fact, it has affected us both positively and negatively.
Oh, that's okay. But then, looking at the terrain, do you think the government did well by this initiation of banning social gatherings, all social gatherings? You think it was a right move for the government to have done or taken?
All right, thank you once again. Yes, it was the right direction the government took, but in some way, I'm not in support of it.
Is it simply because it's affecting our education sector?
Sure, it is affecting us in many ways. So I don't support that idea of banning public gatherings.
All right, and so looking at the ban on the social gathering, what has been the effect of the ban on social gathering on our education sector?
All right. Looking at the education sector, now we have the primary, we have the JHS, SHS, colleges and then universities, and now we have banned everything. Now, there has been the cancellation of educational programs or activities and then other co-curricular activities. Looking into my college, we have this upcoming quiz of ASPA and even ASPA games, and they have cancelled everything. So I'm asking, what time will this COVID-19 disappear? What time? And how are we going to restructure everything again? You see what I'm talking about? It's going to cause chaos a lot into our system. And looking at educational matters, now we are not going to learn. We don't even have the course outlines to our courses. We are just going to stay in the house doing nothing. And when we get back, the lecturers are going to put pressure on us, the students. You see, it's not nice. I quite remember about the SITAC strike last year. We experienced what happened. After returning, they put pressure on the students. We couldn't complete all our courses. All the topics in the courses, we couldn't do that. And we had to write the end of semester examination. And this led to the abysmal performance of the entire country. You see, so I'm seeing something like that again. And I don't know how it's going to happen. In fact, I'm praying that it doesn't happen.
I'm not too sure something of that sort is going to happen, because a quick one, when you critically and then scrutinizingly look at what the speech of the president, I mean, in the course of his speech, he did mention about an introduction of e-learning. Don't you think that would be a support or a backbone of this
Yes.
helping the education sector?
Sure. It could be a support, but as you are saying, it is only our colleges and universities who can use them. What about those in the SHS and primary? You see?
Oh, but Honorable Obi, don't you think it can be initiated in the primary and then the JHS level too? Since there is an introduction of ICT in there.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Palmer. I think, I do agree with the government initiating that policy so that students at the SHS and the JHS and primary will use the mobile phone, because that is the basic or the foundation stage. You get it? So if they start using it from that period, it means when they get to universities and colleges, they wouldn't find themselves wanting. So I believe if there's an initiation on that, it will help in boosting student performance in the e-learning.
And so, with your own point of view, or in a nutshell, summarizing what you have just said, it means it would only partially affect the education sector.
Yeah.
All right. And so, what's your take on the ban of all social gatherings in Ghana? And what would be the effect, or what do you think? What do you see coming in the education level since all social gatherings are banned? There is a closure of all schools in Ghana.
All right. Personally, I do support the government initiation.
Are you an MPP member?
Oh no, not at all. But then, you see, when you look at this coronavirus or COVID-19, scientists will tell you that they spread through body contact. They are more or less like communicable disease. So banning social gatherings, I think it will help prevent people, from getting to contact. When you pick students as a whole, they do engage in a whole lot of activities. Apart from the classroom activities, they do engage in extracurricular activities such as playing and other stuff. So when students are allowed to go, to schools, it is going to ginger the spread of this COVID-19. So I do agree with the government initiative.
I see. That's quite good. Honorable Edwin Fisandra, personally, I think the government could have done better rather than banning or closing of the schools by putting other measures or factors in place rather than the. And so I ask, what do you also think? Don't you think the government could have done better by putting in place other measures rather than banning all social gatherings, including the closure of all schools in Ghana?
Right. Thank you very much, Captain Palmer. In fact, from the beginning, the government didn't do it at all. Because we heard that they are doing checks at our airports and borders. That wasn't true. It wasn't true. So that was the first move they could have done, and they didn't do that.
Are you saying this based on factual basis? Do you have facts or figures backing this statement you are making? Because from the look of things, you are much sure of what you are saying.
Yes.
Are you really sure about it?
Thank you. We are with the media day in, day out. We listen to news so that we can get the update of this disease. So we got some pictures from the media, and we could see that our border was just there. Those who went out went, those who are coming in are coming. Nothing showed that they were doing something about it. So that was the cause. They didn't do that. And now I don't even know how many people have get contacted with those with the virus. I don't even know. We heard that one infected person at Legon went for lectures for 4 good days before testing positive. So how would I know that this person is having it? So the government could have prevented it a long time ago. Not now.
Again, let me move to Honorable Obin Roxon. I am still on the fact that instead of the government banning all social gatherings, including the closure of schools, personally, I think he could have done better by initiating or putting other measures in place rather than closing the various schools in Ghana, because it is really going to affect the education sector or the education of students in Ghana.
All right, thank you very much. In fact, I disagree with you. Yes, I disagree with you. You see, looking at where this disease originated from, that was China, a developed country. Now, how could you compare China to Ghana? Ghana, a developing country. Look at the technologies they are having over there, but yet this disease was originated from that place. So if someone will sit somewhere and say the government would have done something better, then I don't second that notion. You get it? Because this disease is a kind of airborne disease, so it moves through the air, and even if the borders of this country are sealed, still you are going to get the disease penetrating because it is airborne.
Honorable Edwin Fisandra, do you agree with Honorable Obin Roxon about the fact that the disease, the pandemic disease, is an airborne disease?
Right, thank you. In fact, it is airborne, but as he is saying, I'm not in support of him. Even though we have our neighboring countries recording numbers of the disease, but if they had closed the borders, they wouldn't have come into the country. Because even though it is closed, it's not about airborne, so it passes through air and come. If someone doesn't release it into Ghana, no, it can't come unless. I don't know the amount of air they are going to bring into the country that will cause large spread. I'm not in support of him. But if we have someone having close contacts with the other person, so I'm not in support of him. Thank you.
All right, and the last one. And so, in a nutshell, do you think this COVID-19 and the ban of social gatherings has done us good, more good than harm, or more harm than good? Honorable Obin.
Okay, thank you very much, Captain Palmer. I still remain that the banning of social gatherings, including universities and colleges, that action by the government is a superb one. Because when this disease spread amongst the student populace, it means that the government is going to invest much into production of medicine and drugs to care for that, victims. So banning them in a way is preventing them from getting it. You get it? So there wouldn't be any, cost as in, caring for the disease. So that action or that move by the government is a superb one.
It is a superb one, says Honorable Obin Roxen. In 1 minute, Honorable Edujemfi Sandra, do you also think the ban on all social gatherings, specifically the closure or the shutdown of colleges or schools in Ghana, has done us more good, or will do us more good than harm?
Thank you. Please, it has done us more harm than good. In fact, today I was watching the news and I saw something it was appalling.
Can you tell us?
Yeah, I can tell you.
All right.
There's a student. He is a child between, let's say, 5 to 7 years, and the person was in the house. Because there is no school, the child was rolling about, playing here and there. So even if he was crossing the road, he was hit by a car. If the child was to be in the school, this wouldn't have happened. So the ban has done more harm than good. Thank you.
The ban has done us more good than harm, and the ban has done us more harm than good. And to Honorable Obin Roxen, what's your last take?
Thank you very much, Captain Palmer. My last word for everyone is that they should, practice all the safe measures. That is the precautions. Okay, so a big shout out to my boys in the ninth hall, then to all the SRS executive in Wesley College of Education. Thank you very much, Captain Palmer, for giving me such an opportunity.
Honorable Edujemfi Sandra, a word to the public, especially the students.
All right, thank you very much. Now to my students, especially those in St. Louis College of Education, I urge you all not to sit there idle doing nothing, even though we do not have our course online. To my literature students, our books are out. Please go and purchase them, start reading, because you will meet Madam Gina for lectures. So I urge you all to learn very hard and pray so that this disease vanishes from the country. Thank you.
All right, and so this is where we draw the curtains down on Edutalk today. We acknowledge our sponsors, Essence Perfume, Kratchi Lodge Hotel. Don't forget to follow us on Kratchi TV. Don't forget to leave your comments as to whether you agree to Honorable Obin Roxen or Honorable Edujemfi's take.